Alrighty guys, so the next video I am going to share with you today is going to be my stealth setup, my class setup with skills and perks, and show you guys what I actually use. The last few Payday videos I've done have all been stealth, but I have failed to go and show you what kind of class setup I've been using. I believe you've seen the guns I've been using, but not the actual skills and perks. So I just turned Infamy 23-100, so I do have all 120 points. One thing to note when you do a stealth build though is you do not need all of these points. You can get a really good build with around 40 or 50 points, and then the ones that you get after that kind of just build onto it. So it's easier to start with a perk deck, and the one that I use for my stealth build is Hitman. The main reason for that is because you get the ambidexterity, which allows you to have the akimbo pistols, and then you also get the blending in, which you get on all the other ones too, but that offers you +1 concealment. But yes, the ambidexterity for the akimbo pistols, that is the key to that one, because the akimbo pistols actually give you very low visibility, or they increase your concealment, which is great. And then, of course, it comes to the all-important skill trees, and as you can probably guess, Ghost is the one where you're going to take most of the points in. So as you're building your trees here, it's been pretty easy for me in the higher infamies that you do one heist once you've gone infamous, and it usually takes you to around level, I don't know, 35 to 40. I think when I go infamous this time and I do, say, the Ukrainian job, it's going to get me to level 42 after one heist. So but I'll show you how I build it as I go through. So like I say, Ghost is going to be the main one. So we'll go through it as we go here, and I'll pick out the ones that I want. Really, in this tree, what we're looking for is ECMs. ECMs are key when you are doing a stealth build. So what we're going to go here is we're going to go straight into Sprinter and use the 4 points to get to the next one. What is interesting in this one is we're going to take this one here, but we do not want it for the first basic. We actually want it for the ace. We're going to take, oh, let's just get that. We're going to take that for the ace so we can carry an extra body bag. And then, of course, we're also going to take Chameleon, but only on basic. All we want is basic on this one, just so we can mark guards and cameras. And again, concealment is increased by 25%. That's pretty important. Excuse me. Next, we're going to look into Fugitive, and what we want here is just getting the additional movement speed, and we're also going to want this endurance in Mastermind. So Mastermind, we'll open that one up and we'll get endurance, and then we'll ace that also. That's kind of important. These ones here are nice. They are good to have in a stealth build, but getting up to these ECMs is more important in my opinion. So next one, we're going to increase walk speed. And then to ace Shinobi, enemies make 95% less noise when shot. Now that is kind of important if you're trying to be really sneaky around somewhere, that if you kill somebody in a room, that nobody next door is going to hear them. So got to be taking that one. And we still need to spend another 4 points to get up to this one here. Now I'm not going to ace this one because that is when you're going loud. What I generally take on this one is this one here, fast hand, so you can interact with bags 25% faster. And then we take the ace on that, and now we can get our ECMs. So how many is that? That's 23 skill points in, and we're going to get the ECMs. Now we're probably going to take this one next, because we already have the ECMs there, which is, where is it? Which is great, but we do want to be moving faster with bags. So we're going to take Transporter. Now what I do is, as I'm building, this is kind of a secondary thing. Throwing bags is not as important as actually moving faster when carrying bags. But this one is kind of the next one that we need here, just to get that additional movement speed. And when you take Hidden Blade, it increases your melee weapon concealment. So I'm going to take that, and we're going to ace it so we can get up to this next one here. Not going to bother getting that one ace, because we do not need to be using steel sights while we're running. It's not important. But this one is kind of cool. 6 Sense. When you stand still for 3.5 seconds in stealth, you highlight people around you with a 10-meter radius. We are totally taking that. Totally. So then after I don't really touch the technician tree just yet. This is kind of a bonus one when I've got points left over. But like I say, the next couple could probably be these in Mastermind. But what I generally do is I try and ace this one next. Got to keep those things going for longer. And now once it's aced, it actually jams pages, which is awesome, which is what you need. Perfectly what you need. And then it's just a toss-up between these one. I mean, the duration increased by 25%. Not so much a big deal, but lockpicking, can be tedious, but you don't really need it in a lot of situations. So you could probably leave this one as it is for now, and then start to get these ones. Cable tying and control freak are pretty basic ones in a stealth tree. We don't really need to pick up items in casing mode just yet. I would probably go for control freak, and then I would also probably take that aced at the same time, because that unlocks inside help, which allows you to place key cards in the bank heist. And other cool things like that. So now we're a few points in. I would probably take this one here, and I would also ace it. The spotter skill here is no good for the basic. You really want it for the ace, because when you're doing stealth, they will actually highlight guards as if you've got like the spy cams up and around and stuff. So then I would take transporter, because we're starting to get to that point now where everything else is a bonus. And then since we took, which one was it? Since we took inside help, we now want to pick up items in casing mode, because now you can place key cards and pick them up, which is kind of important. Next one that we need is Winston Wolf. Now you can carry one additional body bag. We will take that. And there, my friends, is pretty much a fully fleshed out stealth build. You've got everything that you need there. Everything else really is just kind of secondary. I mean, we would definitely take that to bulk up those a little bit, and obviously an awesome one to add on to that is being able to open doors with that. And then we would also take lockpicking. I mean, we've still got 45 skill points here. Next one, we will take this one aced for the spotter, and we already aced this one. There's nothing in here that we're going to need, not at all. I guess we could ace that too. Don't see why not. No need to get ECM feedback at all. I always go for one of these bad boys too, just in case. If you're doing solo stealth, it's good to be able to move cameras or stop the cameras from getting you. But this is where I start to get my drill skills. Doesn't really make a difference on which one you get here, not for me at least. And then bulking up these drill skills. And that really, for me, as drill skills go, I mean, I'm not too bothered about silent drill skills, because you need another 5 points to get to that, and it's 4 points to actually get it. So it's not that important for me. And then where is the other one that I like to get? I do like to get cat burglar, just because you can jump down from places. But because we have money to burn here, we will go for 65% less noise. That's not that bad. And look, now we're kind of just picking for the last 20 or so. No, we don't need that. We do not need that. We do not need that. This one aced is kind of cool, but like if you've got plenty of money, then you don't really need to save money by reducing cleaning costs. And climbing ladders is not really that important either. None of these are all for kind of loud play. Again, these are all kind of loud, so really we're just stuck in this one or this one that we're going to need now. Dead Presidents is decent if you need money, add in 10% and then an extra 20%, but I would rather spend that on something else. Not going to get a silent drill. I would probably take at this point cameras, and we've still got 6 points. You know, this is kind of crazy. You kind of get a lot of these perks. I mean, what do we want here? Steadiness we could probably take, but probably climbing ladders is a good one to do. Dropping from higher heights is a good one to do. And then we could take Dead Presidents 1. And really, we're struggling to fill what we actually need here. Less damage. I mean, we don't really need any of this. Not really, right? No. Can't even spend my last one. We'll take Steadiness. And that's it. That is my build. And then the last part of this is obviously, what guns do you use? Obviously they have to be silenced. One thing that I would suggest is one of these little bad boys. The Judge shotgun with the silencer on it, the silent killer suppressor. It does lower your concealment a little bit, So I got my detection at 6, which is the lowest is obviously 3. But what is good about having this in your arsenal when you're doing stealth is that if you get close enough to somebody, crouch down and shoot up at them, you can actually blow them away so they can hide from cameras, that kind of thing. So that's kind of cool. I used to use the Gruber Kurtz, and if I do use that, it puts me down to the 3, but this one really has a good bonus by being able to push people out of the way. And then of course, because I have the ambidexterity perk, then I use the akimbos, and these have great concealment, which is awesome. But that is pretty much it. That is everything. Thanks for watching.